Ladies and gentlemen, babies and elephant, welcome to another new video. My name is Bosley, and today I want to bring for you guys Arc Elementalist for League Starter Build Guide. Now, Arc has always been a very fun build to play with, but usually if you want to run Arc really well, you need to put on a certain amount of investment just to make it work right. But this league, I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try using an Elementalist and trying to run Arc as early as I can, and fortunately it worked out quite well. Today, this video is going to be short and simple and sweet, straight to the point. I'm not going to give so many bullshit. I'm just going to give my thoughts, my share on the build, and you guys can share your ideas with me as well. So why we choose Elementalist? Because Elementalist has a good amount of offense and defensive abilities, just because of we are going to use golems to help out with the build, because golems actually provide a lot of buffs in terms of life regeneration, attack speed, cast speed, increased damage, all kinds of things depending on what kind of golems you have on. And you can have up to 4 to 5 golems depending on your skill set and the type of gems that you have. But naturally, without much investment, as simple as a League Starter build, you can have up to 4 like what I have right now, which I only invested a very little small amount. The only most expensive thing I think in the build is the Tabula Rasa, which is at this point I think pretty sure most of you guys out there can afford it. But if you guys are still new, you don't have to go for a Tabula. You can just get any 4-link item that has 4 sockets in it. That will still work just fine. So let's just jump straight into the build. We're going to talk about the Ascendancy first. So this build, you can use Arc as early as you can. If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to give you the exact answer. So let's see, Arc PoE Wiki. I'm pretty sure you can use it at quite an early stage. You can actually use it as soon as you hit, well, level 1. X1, you can actually get it from, as long as if you're Witch, which is an Elementalist, you can get it really early. Where if you're using any other Ascendancy, that depends on what kind of Ascendancy you have. As you can see here, if you're Ranger, Duelist, Marauder, or Scion, you need to wait until Act 3. Only you can start using the Arc. So since we're playing Elementalist, which is Witch, we can use Arc quite early in the game. Okay? So let's start with the Ascendancy. Now, as soon as you got your first Ascendancy point, the first skill that you want to pick will be Leech of Primordial. So why do we pick this one? This one gives us increased 25% increased damage per summon golem. So the more golems we have, it will have more increased damage. So if we have 4 summon golem at the end of the day, we'll have 100% increased damage, which is huge. And 100%, 25% increased effect of the buffs that's granted by your golems per summon golem as well. So that means you'll get a lot of increased effect of whatever buff that they're giving you if you have 4 golems, so it'll be times 4. So it's a multiplier there. It's really huge. So this is definitely something that you want to pick up as soon as you can. Summon golems are resummoned at 4 seconds after they're being killed, so you don't have to resummon them every time they die. They'll be resummoned after 4 seconds. After they die, they'll be resummoned again, and it'll give you +1 to maximum number of summoned golems. So that means initially at the start, right off the track, you can actually get 2 summoned golems already, as soon as you got this point. After that, you want to go for Elemental. So this one gives you summon golems have immunity to elemental damage, so they won't take any damage from element. And there's 35% chance to avoid elemental ailments per summon golem. So you have 4, you have potentially up to 130% chance to avoid elemental ailments. So you wouldn't get shocked, you wouldn't get chilled, you wouldn't get stuff like that. There's a very high chance, which is a really good defensive layer that you want. And 25% increased effect of the buffs granted by your golems per summon golem. So it's 25% here and 25% here, so that's 50%. It's a huge buff. So it's times 4 golems. That means you're potentially getting 200% increased effect of the buffs given by your golem. Whether it's Ice Golem giving you crit, whether it's the Lightning Golem giving you cast speed, whether it's the Stone Golem giving you regeneration, whatever it is, it's very versatile. You can play however you want. It's up to you, depending on what you need at that point. So Elemental give you 1 additional summon golem as well. So at this point you get 3. And after that, you want to pick up Bastion of Elements. So this one gives you, it automatically triggers a skill called Primal Aegis. So what does Primal Aegis do? So Primal Aegis is this rainbow bubble that's surrounding my character right now. So it's a shield that actually takes damage from this shield, from this buff first, before you take damage, but only from elemental damage. So it's like kind of like a steel skin, but it's for elemental damage. It depends on how many major nodes that you picked up from your skill tree. As you can see here, it says Primal Aegis can take up to 75 elemental damage per allocated notable passive. So notable passive, all these will be given 75 damage as it will stack up to a certain amount of X number. That is your shield that you will take the damage for the elemental damage that you take. And other Aegis skills are disabled, and you cannot take reflected elemental damage, so you can potentially do LE reflect maps. There's no problem with that because you have Bastion of Elements. And last but not least, I haven't got the last one yet, but once you get the last one, you want to go for Shaper of Storms. So since you're playing Lightning skill, you want to get Shaper of Storms because all your hits will always shock, so there's 100% shock. All damage with hits can shock. Shocks from your hits always increase damage taken by 15%, which is potentially dealing more damage to the enemy, and 25% more effect of lightning ailments you inflict with hits if the highest damage type is lightning. So we are only doing lightning damage, so definitely we're getting this 25% more effect of the lightning ailments as well. So that is the Ascendancy. Potentially you can go up to 4 golems because there's another node here called Golem Commander. So this one gives you increased effect, increased damage, and also additional golem. So that's 4 golems right there. Next up, we're going to talk about the gear choice. So the gear choice here is pretty straightforward and it's pretty simple. It may look like it's hard to get or it's expensive, but it's actually not. You can actually get ones like this on the trade market for like 2 chaos each or something like that. If you're unlucky, nobody's selling it, then you can just use any other one that gives you spell damage, gives you lightning damage, and gives you cast speed, and give you crit chance for spells. You're golden, okay? +1 level to all lightning spell gems is a really good plus point. But if you don't have it, it's not the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. Don't worry, just go ahead and use it, okay? Previously I saw a video on YouTube uploaded by Zizaran. He actually mentioned about a vendor recipe that you can actually exchange wand and 40% worth of quality of skill gems, random. It can be a number of gems, it can be 10 gems, each of them 4% quality, or it can be 4 of skill gems with 10% quality. As long as it adds up to 40% of the quality and the wand, you will get a +1 spell, +1 skill gem on the wand in exchange for the vendor, from the vendor. So for more information, you should check out the video. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere in the YouTube channel. You shouldn't be it shouldn't be too hard to find it. So anyway, simple wands with spell damage, lightning damage to spells, cast speed will do just fine. So don't worry. Initially in the start, you can just only use something cheap as well, something simple like what do you call the one we have here, which is you can just use Life Sprig. This one gives you spell damage, cast speed. You can use this as early as level 1. You can start using it from the beginning. You know, this is a really decent one. Or you can use Storm Prison as well. Storm Prison gives you gives you spell damage, and it gives you additional power charges, and allows you to gain power charge as you kill, which gives you more crit chance with your spells, which is really good and cheap, like 1 chaos or less for each of them. Really, really cheap. Okay. Next up, the helmet. Nothing too fancy here, just lightning damage to spells. Some really bad rolls on life, really bad rolls on resist, and that's how cheap you can go to get this build running, right? Tabula Rasa is the only most expensive item in the build. Other than that, everything else is pretty cheap. This one is just something that I picked up. It's just crit multi with life and resist. All the gears that you want here will be all rare, life, resist, and crit chance and crit multi if you can. And some, you know, spell damage if you can. Otherwise, it's fine. Here's some life, some resist. I'm using this Chevron's Revelation earlier stage because I can use it at level 30. The reason why I'm using it is because I'm using the left ring slot effect. I can't regenerate energy shield, which is not the end of the world because I don't need energy shield. Because one of the skill gems that I'm using will be energy leech, which is why I'm leeching energy shield, so I don't need the regeneration. I can sacrifice the regeneration, but I get a lot of mana regeneration because Arc takes up quite a good amount of mana. Because if you spam, you can see regeneration is quite good, and it's like 56 mana per summon. So if you take out the ring, it's gonna take out a good chunk of your mana, and it's gonna take a while, so you can't really spam. Hence, your DPS will not be as good. So if you put this ring up, you can just pretty much spam this thing pretty solid. So that's what I've been using right now. But at the end of the day, this is not your ultimate best in slot. You're going to change it for something else. Maybe the Ring of the Brotherhood or something like that. But definitely better than this, or even a rare ring will be good. As long as you can keep up with the regeneration, you're fine. The gloves, I'm using Deodra's Tenure because this one is a really cheap glove as well. It gives me a lot of spell damage. And reduced cast speed is not the end of the world because we have lightning golems, which give us cast speed and the increased buff effect and so on and so forth. We don't mind losing a little bit of the cast speed just to gain a lot of big chunk of damage. That's why we're using Deodra's Tenure, but ultimately you can have what do you call the rare gloves with good life rolls and good resist rolls and probably some cast speed rolls and some damage rolls and so on and so forth. Belt, simple, life, resist. Boots, I'm just using Windscreen because this is something I picked up as well. Just give me some resist, some move speed, some elemental damage, and I can apply additional curse. Currently now I'm not applying any additional curse, I'm just applying conductivity. That's the only curse I'm applying. I'm not applying more than that because I haven't set it up yet. I'm currently right now about level 74. There's still a lot of work to do, but Arc has always been one of my favorite skills to play with, and I'm very happy. I'm having a lot of fun with this build. Now moving on, we are moving on to the skill gems. So the skill gems here is quite jumbled here and there. Nothing is very precise right here except for the 6 thing. Other than that, everything else, it's very versatile. You can change whatever you want, whatever you feel that you need. But here are the most general stuff that you want to have. Lightning Golem, Conductivity. Basically, I cast Conductivity manually because I don't have anything triggering it right now. So I'm just casting it manually. And Zealotry. So Zealotry is not activated currently right now because I don't have the mana reservation luxury to actually have 2 Wrath and Zealotry running at the same time because I don't have Enlightened Gem just yet. But I'm just leveling the skill gem as it is. So it's fine. But at the end of the day, you want to run Zealotry and Wrath so you can get the optimal DPS output. Here I have Spell Totem linked with multiple tokens, which is not important. You don't need multiple totems because you just want to apply the Wave of Conviction to the enemy. Here the one more is the Flame Dash, will be with Wrath and Herald of Thunder. So currently now, because I can't afford to run Zealotry, so I'm running Wrath and Herald of Thunder, which is not bad. And Flame Dash is my movement ability. Immortal Core with cast when damage taken, increased duration, and then I have Arc here. I'm just leveling up another Arc and just to sell it, so don't worry about that one. Stone Golem, Ice Golem, and Flame Golem, all the golems are here as well. So nothing too fancy, mostly just golems and your main skill gems. So the main skill gem will be Arc. Val Arc is the most important one. You must make sure you get Val Arc. With Inspiration support, so Inspiration will reduce the mana cost of the skill. Also will give you extra elemental and elemental damage and critical chance. Energy Leech, which is we are leeching Energy Shield, and more damage when you have full Energy Shield on your leeching. Added Lightning damage, Control Destruction, and also Spell Echo. So Spell Echo gives it, you'll be shooting 2 arcs at once, which is really, really good for your DPS, so you can kind of spam as fast as you can to take down the enemy as you go, right? So that is the skill gems. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Flask. Flask here, I haven't really actually fixed on the Flask yet because I feel the need to put out this video as soon as I can, because I know a lot of you guys out there are trying different skills, trying something new, and you know, maybe you've seen this build before somewhere else, but someone's playing it on the previous league, or you've seen it somebody playing the end game, but you're wondering if you can play this during the leagues. Can you league start with this skill? Actually, you can. I'm actually pretty surprised that I can, so I'm pretty sure you can as well. So Flask here will be Life Flask with immunity to bleeding. This is just additional Life Flask for movement speed, Quicksilver Flask for cast speed, Diamond Flask for my crit and remove my burning, and also Mana Flask just in case you run short of mana. This one will make sure you try to get the mod where Flask effect is not removed at full mana. So this one will help you greatly because when the mana is full, it will still regenerate according to what the regeneration amount is, even though it's full. So it's pretty important, this one. So currently the setup here, potentially you want to change the Flask. You want to get Adziri's Promise, which is really, really important. You want to get Wise of Oak as well. These are the Flasks that you can exchange. I haven't exchanged them yet, but I will soon. So make sure you want to change up Wise Oak, and Adziri's Promise. Okay, so that is the Flask choices. Moving on, Pantheons. Pantheons, for me, it's always the same. When I'm running maps, I always run Lunaris and Garokan because this one gives me evasion of the attacks and also physical damage reduction per nearby enemy, and it gives me move speed, so I move a bit faster when I'm mapping. So that is the Pantheon. Bandits, you want to help Alira kill everything else. Help Alira for the additional 20% crit multi and the 15% to all resist. That's what you want as well. And moving on to the last part, it's the skill tree. So skill tree will be starting from Witch, which is over here, right down here. So you can move 2 ways. I opt to go over for the cast speed because cast speed will greatly will help out with the DPS pretty well as well. So move up all the way till you get Arcanist Dominion, and then after that you want to pick up Heart and Soul, so you get life and mana. And then you can move up here just to pick up Lightning Walker, so it gives you increased lightning damage, cast speed with lightning skills, and also lightning resist, which is pretty good. And then you can pick up Annihilation here. Here are all the nodes here are giving you crit chance and crit multi for your spells. And then after that, this one here is actually moving to towards Prodigal Perfection. Sorry for my bad English. Prodigal Perfection. Yeah, so this one gives me increased spell damage and mana. I haven't completed this one yet. And then after that, you want to move, okay, it depends on you. So you can move this way, you can move right. So I suggest you move this way first. So as you move down this way, you can pick up Nimbleness. So this one gives you cast speed, crit multi, move speed, which is really good as you're clearing the axe. And then after that, you can move up here, you can pick up Alacrity for extra dexterity if you need them for your gears or for your gems or whatever that you need. Otherwise, you can just leave this. And pick up Throat Seeker for extra crit multi. And then you can move up here to pick up Influence. So this one has some mana reservation reduced and also increased effect of your non-cursed auras. And then you can pick up Dune Cast here. So this nodes all over here gives you crit chance and crit multi as well. And then move down here, you can pick up Trickery. So it gives you increased damage, crit chance, and dexterity and intelligence. Blood Siphon for life and life gain on kill. Coordination for cast speed and dexterity and intelligence. Assassination for crit multi and crit chance, and also Cold-Hearted Calculation for increased damage, mana regen, and intelligence. After that, you want to move left, and then you want to pick up the quick recovery over here. So this one gives you life, mana regen, and life regen as well. And then you can move down here and pick up Retribution. So this one gives you cast speed, damage, and strength and intelligence. Precision gives you move speed, cast speed, and dexterity. Discipline and training gives you life. And Light of Divinity gives you spell damage, crit chance for spells, and strength and intelligence. Holy Dominion gives you some ele resist, some elemental damage, some chance to freeze, shock, ignite. And then after that, you want to pick up Devotion, so it gives you more life. So we need to build a bit more life just to sustain a lot better. And then after that, you can move up here and pick up Golem Commander. So Golem Commander, it depends on your situation. If you're running Arc really early, then you want to go for Golem Commander earlier before you go for everything else on the left or the right. So you go straight up first, and then you go to left and right. Then after that, you can pick up Heart of Thunder. So this one gives you some penetration on lightning, increased lightning damage, and also you can pick up Breath of Lightning. So this one gives you lightning damage, chance to shock, and increased duration and effect of the lightning elements. And then you can pick up Cruel Preparation for life. And yeah, this one, don't forget this one as well, Prodigal Perfection. And that is pretty much it. There's still work in progress. There's still a lot of improvements can be done. Currently now the tooltip is giving me about 110k DPS, potentially goes up to more than 200k. Pretty decent as I'm clearing clear tier 4, tier 5 and tier 6 maps, no problem whatsoever. I'm level 74 and there's still a lot more to do and a lot of improvements. So far, the pros and cons for the build, the clear speed is very decent. You can get, as soon as your Val Arc is up, you can cast that one and it will chain almost as far as it can reach. Clear up the map, clear speed is really good. Single target, what you do is you just drop down a spell totem, drop down conductivity, and then you just spam your arc, and then you just nuke down the boss. So that's kind of the gameplay. So if you see a single target here, drop spell totem, drop conductivity, and spam your arc, and then you kill him. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing too fancy. The cons of it is, if you want to make this a really strong build, you kind of need a chunk of investment to make it really good. But that same goes for any other build out there anyways. So for a cheap budget like this and for a league start, I think it's pretty decent. And rest assured, it's very fun to play with. So if you guys have any suggestions, if you think there's any improvements or whatever, you can drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to read them and learn from them and improve myself a lot better. And if I gave you some information and you like something from this one, please share it with your friends as well. If you do like my videos, I do build guides almost every week. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. I do videos. And also, I used to stream, but I'm not streaming anymore because due to some personal personal issues that I'm dealing with. Currently now I'm trying to run business and stuff. But hopefully I'll be running some streams soon. But don't know yet, but soon. Anyways, thank you guys for taking your time watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. I'll see you guys.